We interrupt our regularly scheduled programming to bring you this local Pueblo sports broadcast. This is CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo, 1350. Let's head courtside and join the voice of the pack, Jim Brooks.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Events Center on the campus of Colorado Christian University. I affectionately call it Tough Shed Arena. That's a little harsh, I suppose, but it's just like a little warehouse on campus. But it's kind of a nice, intimate atmosphere. They got their little Hall of Fame room up to the left here, and it's actually a great place to come watch a basketball game. It's usually very exciting. The students really get into it. And we got television in the house here tonight, so all things being that way, everybody's excited about it. Thunderwolves, of course, undefeated. The women 11-0 in conference play, 17-0 overall. They've opened up a 2-game lead now in the conference. They have a 2-game lead over UCCS, a 2.5-game lead over Regis. It sits at 8-2. Colorado Mesa now is a full 3 games back. They are 8-3. Fort Lewis sits at 8-4. Metro State, Colorado Mines at 6-5. Black Hills State right now occupies the final playoff spot. The top 8 make the shootout later on in the year as we've reached the halfway point of the year. Black Hills State at 6-6. Colorado Christian, they're on the outside looking in right now. They are at 5-6. And it's no time to panic yet, but they need to start putting together some victories. And of late, they've been playing better. They've won 4 of their last 6. Their only losses were to Black Hills State right here, beat them by 10. And they also got whipped last Saturday night by Colorado Mesa, who shot the lights out of it, shot 65%, 103-72. Colorado Mesa defeated Colorado Christian. But Jim Turgeon has to look no further than a year ago when Colorado Christian got their number here on this court and then played 2 other epic games down at Massari Arena. So he knows what he's up against with this ball club here tonight, and he knows they'll be primed to try to pull off the upset. Somebody sooner or later, get the feeling, might pull the trick, and we'll just see if it's Colorado Christian here tonight. Come back after this timeout. We'll talk to the head coach, Jim Turgeon. That all comes your way next. You're listening to the Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to the Thunderwolves pregame show, and joining me now, head coach Jim Turgeon. Jim, quick turnaround.
Absolutely. The advantage we have this time over last time we had a Tuesday game, at least we were at home this last weekend, so it was a little bit better. We did take Monday off and just practice yesterday, so I hope we're ready.
Well, you had a great weekend. Can't put any way around it. It was just awesome basketball, I thought.
Well, we've talked about it. I think defensively we were so much better than the week before, and our offense Saturday finally started coming around a little bit, and because this team is capable of so much more offensively, like we were doing kind of early in the year. But in conference play, you're better scouted. It's more physical game, but I think I keep saying one of these games we're going to break out, and maybe it'll be tonight.
Well, one of those games where you might need some offense is against this ball club. They can score, fill it up on occasion.
Yeah, they can score, but what makes them dangerous to me is they play a lot of 3-2 zone, which we don't see all year long. We put in some of our 3-2 zone sets just yesterday, and that scares me. And that makes the 3-2 zone good is because they're long and athletic, and they're tough to score against. So, but it starts with our defense. We got to hold them down.
Well, that's one of the things they've always been up here with this program. They got a new coach now, but it seems like he's adapted some of the same things they like to trap out of that 3-2 as well.
Well, what's interesting is they started the year man-to-man. I think he started to do his stuff, and I think the kids said, well, Coach, I think we were really good at this last year. So they're doing that 3-2 zone. They're doing some 1-2-2 three-quarter court press and 2-2-1 full court press. I actually hope they press because they're shorthanded. They got people playing a lot of minutes, and I'd like for them to press, and I'd like this game to go up and down the floor because I think that'll help us in the fourth quarter.
One of the things about playing here, the crowds may not be as many as we see in some other places, but it's such a small environment, it feels like they're on top of you.
They really do. Not only the crowd, but the walls right behind the baskets, which makes for a good shooting background, but it distorts how we pass the ball. It's just different. It makes it feel like it's really really tight when they're pressing you. So, yeah, it gets loud in here, and we've talked about that. And I told the girls they need to look over the bench a lot tonight because I'm not going to try to yell very much.
One of the other things you got to worry about, Jim, you probably know it, you probably told the team about it, no time to let down. Just because you got a 2-game advantage, got a little separation, you still need to keep the foot on the throttle.
Well, we absolutely do. We talked about, they beat us here last year, and it was probably our ugliest game of the year. And so I think I got their attention. And I don't know, something about this group, we might not start out games very good, but they want to win so bad. They're such competitors. I hope we're okay. I think we will be.
And then one player they got that seems like it can take over a ball game late. You don't want to get into close games. Is Claire Paxton. She seems to really like to take over ball games when it's on the line.
She killed us last year here. We've actually played them 3 times last year, home and away, and then we played them in the tournament. And the first game here, we couldn't stop her. She has a nice little fadeaway jump shot. She's got kind of a mid-range game. It's really hard to guard because she's 6'2". She plays like a guard, and she fades away. I mean, she looks like Kobe Bryant out there. So we got some things in mind for her. We'll see how that goes.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, Thunderbolts head coach Jim Turgeon back with the starting lineups. Opening tip-off all comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back. Event Center here on the campus of Colorado Christian University. We're in Lakewood, Colorado tonight. A little bit of an adventure getting here today, but not too bad. The I-25 corridor, as they like to call it, can be an adventure. It seems like it takes as much time to get from Pueblo to Castle Rock as it does to take from Castle Rock to here. It just grinds to a halt. That's the way it is. But we made it about 3:15, so we had a little extra time to play around. Also want to thank our head engineer, Eric Teep, back for iHeartMedia. That's our tie line set up here. We've had trouble in the past from time to time getting games on the air here from Colorado Christian with a phone line of a little suspect. So we got our little tie line set up here tonight. So we're internet-based. And so far, what I can tell, sounds pretty clean. So hopefully it's a good broadcast here for you tonight of Thunderwolves basketball. The men will take the court a little later at 7 o'clock. And that should be a really great game. If you remember a year ago, the men played a game where it went 115 to 113. Colorado Christian won it, and that was just one of the craziest basketball games I've ever been a part of. Thunderwolves had a huge lead, and they gave it all away. Actually went behind, then came back, had another decent lead till late, and then Colorado Christian started banking in three-pointers from the top of the key. It just all went against the Thunderwolves, and they had a chance to tie it late but couldn't get it done. The women, on the other hand, here a year ago, this has been a kind of a house of horrors for the Csu-Pueblo women's program. They've had some tough outcomes in this building. Go back to the Kip Drown years, and remember Whitehead, the former player of the year, seemed like forever. And she was tough, or Whitelaw, not Whitelaw, and she was a tiger out here on the court. And the Thunderwolves never seemed to have an answer for her. And then this, as you heard Jim Turgeon talk about it, Claire Paxton, a senior out of Edinburgh, Great Britain, out of England. And she is tough. She can go one-on-one. And the local flavor for people listening back in Pueblo is, of course, Michaela Gordon, listed as a sophomore. This is her 4th year up here on the campus at Colorado Christian, but she has battled numerous injuries throughout her career. Problems with the knee, a faulty knee surgery. She's had problems with her shins, some of the connective tissue. But finally, she feels pretty healthy and is moving at full speed, and her minutes are increasing, and her average is increasing. She's up to 10 points a game. She leads the team in rebounding, averaging 8.1 rebounds a game. And things are starting to fall together for her, so we'll be anxious to see how she plays here tonight. She caught kind of a cup of coffee in a few games last year, but this year really her first full stint. She's been hurt early and often with this Colorado Christian program. Thunderwolves, they look to be pretty much at full strength, coming off a great weekend, knocking off Metro State. And then on Saturday night against UCCS, the highlight of those games, the defense, giving up only 49 points in both contests. Offense maybe struggled a bit against Metro State early on in the game Friday night, where they had Their first bucket didn't come till 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, but after that they were able to get 66 points in the last 3 quarters plus 3 minutes of the ball game. So once the offense kicked in, they played very well. Saturday night, it was just kind of a methodical beatdown of UCCS, and the Thunderwolves outscored them 15-5 in the third quarter, which really put the game away. They increased the lead to 10 at halftime, outscored them by 12 in the second quarter to lead by 10 at halftime, and eventually by 20 heading into the fourth quarter, and it just kind of cruised to victory. Carter Christian, they like to play kind of a racehorse type of ball game. A lot of pressure on the outside. They played the little trapping game. And for the Thunderwolves, it's the first time they really faced a zone defense, as you've heard Jim Turgeon say in the pregame show. We'll see how they adapt to that. And the thing about their zone, it's a 3-2 look, and it just make it tough to get going into the offense. Sometimes you can find stuff down along the baseline because they only have 2 people down there, and that's where I'm sure the Thunderwolves are going to probably try to exploit with Molly Rohr and Lauren Hine. But they've also got that X factor with the point guard, Katie Cunningham. That's a difference maker for them as well. Come back after this timeout. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. It all comes your way next. You're listening to Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Event Center here on the campus of Colorado Christian University. Jim Brooks with you tonight. Caitlin Norton's our producer and engineer. Even got my right-hand man today, Sean Pooley, right next to me. He'll be silent, but he'll be supportive. Never know, I might put a headset on him later, just when I need to kill some time to talk, just to chat, put him on the couch. Set up the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First for the Thunderwolves, they'll go this way. It'll be Katie Cunningham. She's a 6-foot junior out of Aurora's Grandview High School. The team had lunch at her house earlier today. She's averaging 6 points, leads the conference rebounding, 9.5 the ball game, leads the team in assists and steals as well. Taylor Long, 5'8" junior out of Moreno Valley, California. Did I say Moreno Valley, California. 6.5 points, 2 rebounds a game. Also averages 2 assists per outing. Tule Sue Anderson, the 5'9" junior out of Vancouver, Washington, leading scorer for the Thunderwolves, averaging 17 points, 3 rebounds a game. Also chips in a couple assists per outing. Is the leading 3-point shooter for the Thunderwolves as well. Lauren Hine, 6'1" sophomore out of Loomis, California, 8 points, 6 rebounds a game. Molly Rohr, she's a 6'3" sophomore out of Greenwood Village, Colorado, went to Cherry Creek High School, averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds a game, leads the team and the conference in block shots. The head coach is Jim Turgeon. For Colorado Christian, they'll go this way. It'll be Alex Nelson. She is a 6-foot junior out of La Vista, Nebraska. She averages 13.5 points, 7 rebounds a game. Caitlin Hinch, 5'10" junior out of Spearfish, South Dakota, 11 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. Leads the team in assists as well, averaging 3 per outing. Claire Paxton, she's a 6'1" senior out of Edinburgh, Great Britain. She averages 10.5 points, 5 rebounds a game. Sarah Holt, 5'6" junior out of Pocatello, Idaho. She averages 4.5 points, 2 rebounds a game. And Michaela Gordon, the hometown product out of Pueblo, 5'10" sophomore out of Pueblo South High School. State championship for the Colts a few years back. 5'10" sophomore out of Pueblo South, as we mentioned, 10 points, 8 rebounds a game. Head coach is Corey Laster, and if that name sounds familiar, he's the former head coach at UCCS from a couple years back.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome Comcast Entertainment Television Sports.
Colorado Christian went through a little bit of turmoil, some controversy, problems with their last head coach. And now they're finally settled down, and they've picked a good man in Corey Laster to get the program back in good shape here. Thunderwolves in their road red. They've got blue numerals, white trim. We sit courtside here at the Event Center. Colorado Christian, their home whites. They have gold numerals with blue trim. It'll be Molly Rohr to jump center against Michaela Gordon. Advantage Thunderwolves. And tap controlled by the pack. Hine hands it off to Cunningham. She'll bring it across the timeline. They open up in this 3-2 zone. Thunderwolves will probe, look for an opening. They come right side to Cunningham. She'll drive to the baseline. Now she's in a trap, comes outside to Long. She drives into the paint, goes up, a little runner on the way. Off the backboard, no good. Hine with a rebound. In traffic, missed the layup. Rebound loose in the lane, and it's picked up by Paxton. for the Cougars. She hands it off to Nelson. Nelson kind of like a point forward out there for the Cougars. She dribbles around a screen to the free throw line, hands it off outside to Hinch. Hinch works around a screen, pulls up, long jumper on the way, off the back iron, no good. Gordon has the rebound, gets it outside to Nelson. Nelson now to Hinch. Hinch will dribble it over to the right wing, sets a screen. Now pass into the corner to Paxton. She drives in, ball knocked away and stolen by Cunningham. She'll come out of there with it for the Pack across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing, and she carried the ball. And you always look at the referee surprised because they call it once a game. We've got it out of the way. You don't have to worry about it the rest of the night. Like they try to send a message early on and then we say, all right, we'll forget about it. Because everybody does it. Here's the ball on the left side. Hinch has it. She moves in to the free throw line. Down the lane. Cut off. Ball knocked away again by Cunningham. Can't get the steal, though. So they were trying to get it to Nelson across the way. So it'll be Caitlin Hinch to inbound the ball. Holds it. Fires it into the corner. Gordon goes cross court. Driving in with it. Here's a running right-hander by Nelson. Up and in. Nelson gets the Cougars on the board first. 2-0. Thunderwolves with the ball. Here's Long on the left wing. Up top to Hine. Now right side to Cunningham. Holds it. Looking for Rohr down low. Can't find it. They go to Tule-Su. Long three-pointer. Swish. That's called a zone breaker. Tule-Su Anderson. That's a quick way to defeat a 3-2 zone right there. Is hit from the outside. 3-2. Pack on top. Here is Crawford. Now dribbles to the free throw line. Pulls up a little 18-footer. No good. Rebound to Cunningham. She's the leading rebounder in the conference. She'll bring it across the timeline. The right wing into the corner. Long fakes the three. Drives in. Nice dish to Hine. Shot blocked. Foul. And the foul will be on Alex Nelson, much to the chagrin of head coach Corey Laster. And frankly, I can't blame him. And it'll be Hine going to the free throw line. But Thunderwolves fans will take it. Looked like a pretty clean block to me.
To the line for the Thunderwolves.
So Hine to the line, 63% on the year, 25 out of 40. Free throw on the way, it's good. I think Lauren had admitted it was a struggle last weekend for her. Played well on the defensive end and rebounding, but offensively, things didn't click. But she's off to a good start here with a couple of free throws. It's 5-2, Thunderwolves on top. Here is Hinch bringing it across the timeline. She'll dribble over to the left wing, picked up there by Long. Thunderwolves in a man-to-man defense. Get to Gordon way outside, onto the right wing. Back to Gordon at the top of the key. Holds it there. She starts a drive. Cut off. Comes outside to Paxton. She moves to the free throw line. Here's that step back 18-footer. Off the iron. No good. Rebound to Long. Long will bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves to the top of the key. Now backs out of there. Gets up top to Cunningham. Onto the right side. Tule-Su. Lobs it inside to Rohr. Hit from behind. The foul will be on Gordon. So foul number 1 on Michaela. Second team foul on the Cougars. Long to inbound the ball. Lobs it way outside to Anderson. Tule-Su starts a drive. Into the corner. Long fakes the jumper. Now backs out of there. Goes up top to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Long. Onto the right side to Anderson. Lob it down on the baseline to Hine. Comes outside. Long's wide open. 3 ball on the way. Got it. Taylor Long from outside. The inside-out game for the Thunderwolves. 8-2. They're on top by 6. Starting a drive to the hoop, Crawford. Cut off there. Comes outside to Paxton. She's forced way outside. Now onto the right side to Hinch. Hinch looks for the screen. Gets it. Drives it to the free throw line. Cut off there. Comes outside to Nelson. Nelson picked up by Cunningham. Can't get free. Steps back. Can't get the jumper. Now starts a drive in from the right. Puts her shoulder right into Cunningham and drew the foul. She's got to be careful on with Alex Nelson. She'll draw a lot of personal fouls.
Number 5, Katie Cunningham.
Cunningham ripped down on her, and as we heard the other night, one of the referees said there was too much block on that block. Well, not that case. He clubbed her right across the top of the head. Free throw good by Nelson. She'll have one more. She has all 3 points so far for the Cougars. Second toss good. So it's 8-4. Thunderwolves on top. They face a little pressure in the backcourt. Cunningham will patiently bring it up across the timeline. They back into their 3-2 zone. Fired into the corner to Tule-Su. Quick fire 3 on the way. In and out, no good. Hine bats the rebound to the baseline and gets it outside to Cunningham. She's open for 3. It's good. The Thunderwolves hitting from downtown early and often. They have 3 3-pointers in the game. They lead at 11-4. In a trap, they get it outside to Gordon. She starts a drive, kicks it outside to Hinch. Hinch works around a screen. She's going to fire a 3-pointer. It's in. Caitlin Hinch from downtown makes it 11-7. That's a good answer for the Cougars. On the right side, Cunningham with it, gives it off to Long. Long to the top key, lobs it to Hine on the left wing, back up top to Long. Finding Roar, nope, they can't get it to her. They're looking for her down on the block. Into the corner to Anderson. Now they get it to Molly. On the block, double team, goes up with the left hand and flips it in there. Molly Roar, a tough guard for any team. 13-7. Thunderwolves by 6. Ball outside. Gordon with it. Lobs it inside. Ball gets away, though, and it's stolen by the Thunderwolves. Tule-Su has it. She'll bring it across the timeline. On the run. Kicks it into the corner to Long. She's open for 3 again. Off the iron, no good. This time, Cunningham with the rebound outside to Anderson. Lobs it back door to... Trying to get it to Lauren Hine on the back door, and ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Colorado Christian. It was a good idea. The pass, not quite enough heat on it. Inbounds pass to Cunningham. Goes down low to Hine. She wheels, goes up with the left hand and banks it in. Lauren Hine got behind Paxton and took it right to the hoop. 15-7. Thunderwolves by 8. Quickly back the other way. Here's Gordon in the lane. Turn around up. Missed it. Rebound to Cunningham. Cunningham will bring it across the timeline to the back. Fires it into the corner to Anderson. She drives in. Goes up with the running right-hander. Missed it. And the rebound to Gordon. Gets the outlet pass ahead. Nifty behind the back. Foul on Tule-Su Anderson. As Laisha Gordon had the ball and Tule-Su reached in and picked up the foul. Or we get a... Yes, it is the foul on Tule-Su. We reached our media timeout. 15-7 our score. Thunderwolves on top by 8. 4:59 to go here in the first quarter. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 15-7. Thunderwolves lead it by 8. Jeremy Capel, if you're out there listening tonight, back there in Iowa. Metro Mike is in the house. He won't be feeding me a constant supply of little cards with notes on it, but I'm supposed to get a report at halftime. So I'm expecting something from you as well to counteract what he's sending me, to see what kind of things you guys are looking into. Here's a collision in the lane, and I think Beagley's going to get called for the foul for the Thunderwolves. She tried to fight through a screen, and it looked like bowling pins going down in the lane as 3 bodies hit the deck. So it's the team foul number 3 on the Thunderwolves. Inbounds pass wide open. Hinch doesn't take the shot, though. Goes into the corner. Now they feed it off into the ball game. Shaner now. He feeds it off. Long 3-pointer on the way. No good. Cunningham with the rebound. Off the miss. Fires it ahead. Jasmine Johnson in the game for the Thunderwolves. Stops on the wing. Comes outside to Cunningham. Ball fake there. Holds it. Now gets it up top. Now they go left side to Anderson. Anderson dribbles around a screen. Right side. Jasmine's wide open. 3 ball on the way. Off the back iron. No good. Beagley with the rebound. And she missed the banker. Follows it up. Passes off to Johnson. In from the right. Shot blocked for the foul. Nice pass that time by Beagley. She missed the layup but stayed with it. Got the rebound. And a good feed to Johnson. That'll send Jasmine to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Number 21, Alicia Crawford.
The foul is on Alicia Crawford. Third team foul on the Cougars.
Jasmine Johnson.
So Johnson to the free throw line. 84% free throw shooter, and she hits the first.
Substitution for the Cougars coming into the game. Number 12.
Been very reliable from the free throw line, except for that one game. She had a chance to ice the game at South Dakota Mines. Missed a pair, but the Thunderwolves still won it by 2. And she helped matters by blocking the last shot of the game.
Substitution.
17-7 as both free throws are good. Tule-Su out of the game. Long checks back in.
Taylor Long for number 32.
So it's Beagley, Cunningham, Johnson, Roar, and Long in the game right now for the Thunderwolves. Here's Crawford with the ball way out top for the Cougars. On to the left side to Hinch. Hinch holds it up top. Now starting a drive with it is Bear. On to the left side to Hinch. She works around the screen. Can't get the 3 off. Comes up top with it to Shaner. On to the right side. Crawford works around. Comes left side to Hinch. Thought about the jumper. Works around the screen. Now will fire for 3. It's off the back iron. No good. And the rebound to Roar. Great position underneath. Gets the outlet pass ahead to Cunningham. They got a little break here if they hurry. Cunningham into the corner to Beagley. Holds things up. Now goes to Roar. Feeds it off to Long. Moves in. 15-footer on the way. Got it. Taylor Long with a good start for the Thunderwolves. She has 5. And it's 19-7. Thunderwolves lead it by 12. Long had 7 points in the fourth quarter against UCCS as well. starting to find that offensive game. Ball on the left side. This is Crawford, kills the dribble, goes down on the block, turning, firing, and hitting is Jordan Bear. Makes it 19-9. That stops an 8-0 run by the Thunderwolves. Here's Beagley at the top of the key, directing traffic. Now goes to Johnson. They're looking for Rohr down on the block. She turns, wheels, goes left hand, and up and in. She is so tough to guard. The defense, Fair hedged over to her right hand, and she went left hand instead. 21-9. Thunderwolves with a 12-point lead. Up top with it is Bear. Into the corner to Nelson. Nelson works around the screen, steps back, can't get the three off, comes up top to Shaner. Shaner into the lane to Nelson. Camped out there, turns. 3 seconds, anyone? Maybe. Nope, into the corner. Long jumper on the way, short. Long rebound. Cunningham lost it to Nelson. Hometown call. It should be Colorado Christian's ball. When in doubt, give it to the home team. That was one of those situations. It's not a 50-50 call. It's a 75-25 call.
The Thunderwolves, number 20, Angie Moore.
Angie Moore into the ball game. Rohr gets her first break. Nelson out into the ball game for the first time now is Sarah Holt. Holt has started a number of games this year for Colorado Christian. Didn't get the start tonight. Cunningham out. And Sue Anderson back in now for the Thunderwolves. Leading it 21-9. Here's the inbounds pass to Crawford. Crawford looks for a screen. Dribbles to the free throw line. Cut off there. Comes outside. Gordon moves in. 18-footer on the way. Swish. Kayla Gordon just stepped inside the three-point line and hits. It's 21-11. Outside Beagley with it. Down low to Moore. She's in the paint. Turns. Faces. Looked like she might have walked with it. Long right side Sue. She's open for three. It's on the way. Swish again. Sue is hot here in early going with a couple of three-pointers. 24-11. Thunderwolves by 13. It's their biggest lead of the game. Here's Crawford. High post now to Gordon. Turns. Faces. Has Moore on her. Goes left side. Dribbling around Holt. Now to the top of the key. Now to the right wing. Has Sue on her. Steps back. Fires a long three ball. It's way off the mark, and the rebound to Long. Long now wheels and brings it across the timeline. Has Johnson with her in the corner. Finds Jasmine. She's open for three. It's on the way. Short. And Moore had the rebound. Lost it. It's loose on the deck. Jump ball should be Colorado Christian's ball on the alternating possession.
Possession, Cougars.
Well, you can hear Jim Turgeon before Jasmine launched the jumper. He said, beautiful. He likes the way the Thunderwolves are working against this offense. Even when they miss the shot, as long as they're executing, he doesn't have a problem with it. Here is Crawford on the right wing into the corner to Hinch. Hinch dribbles around a screen, into the paint, turns, hands it off now to Holt. Holt starts to drive into the paint, goes up from 5 and hits. Jordan Bear makes it 24-13. I think I said Holt. It was Bear. Here's Beagley. Down low to Moore. Wide open left hand. Hook up and in. Angie Moore, her first bucket of the game. Thunderwolves with 26 points already here in this first quarter. Here's Gordon to the top of the key. Holds things up there. Now comes onto the left side to Holt. Onto the right side to Hinch. Hinch dribbles around a screen. Doesn't take the three. Kills the dribble. Now goes down to the baseline to Bear. Bear now dribbles out to the wing. Gives it up top to Hinch. 8 on the shot clock. Hinch starts a drive. Into the paint. Stops. Goes up. Looked like she was fouled, and Jasmine Johnson whistled. Or it might be more. We'll see who they ticket here. And they are going to call it on Angie Moore.
Number 20, Angie Moore.
Could have taken your pick there between Jasmine and Angie.
To the line, Caitlin Hinch.
So Hinch to the free throw line on the way and rattles it in. Hinch on the year, 72% free throw shooter.
Cougars number 10, Claire Paxton.
That was her 66th free throw attempt of the year. Alex Nelson gets there more often than anybody for the Cougars. He's been there 89 times on the year. Make it 91 after 2 in this game. Second free throw up and good. So Hinch has 5.
Coming in for the Cougars, number 1, Alex Nelson.
Colorado Christian trying to keep pace here. They had 103 hung on them on Saturday night by Colorado Mesa, and here they've given up 26 in the first quarter against the Thunderwolves. The Thunderwolves already on a pace to score 104 if they keep this up. Here's Cunningham back in the game on the right wing. Goes up top to Sue. Down low to Moore. Turns, faces, free throw line jumper. Got it. Angie Moore, they kind of backed off her. They gave it a little room, and she hits. 28-15. Thunderwolves by 13. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Dribbling around the screen. They play pick and roll to Gordon. Down on the block. Kicks it back outside. Now a drive to the hoop. Back to Gordon. 18 feet away. She takes the two-point jumper. Swish. They're going to call it a three. Looked like her foot was on the line to me. They might look at that one. It's a three for now. Here's Tule-Sioux left side to Long. Shot clock is off. Tule-Sioux from the corner going to launch anyway. In and out, no good. Chance now for the Cougars to get a last shot opportunity. Back the other way. In from the right, down the lane. Running right-hander, missed it. Long gets the rebound. 1 second to go. And the clock will expire before Long gets the shot off. We'll see if they take a look at that last three-pointer. 28-17 is our score. Thunderwolves lead it by 11. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Events Center. We did miss 1 second of play. They called a violation on Taylor Long. All I can think of is they called her for traveling when she went to launch the last second shot. So they gave Colorado Christian 1 second. They inbounded it on the far sideline. They inbounded it to Gordon, and she missed a three-pointer as time expired. So no action on the court missed. Thunderwolves lead at 28-15. That's the highest output in the first quarter this year for the Thunderwolves. Previous was 25 against Texas A&M Commerce early on in the year. But now they've scored 28 in the first quarter. So they're off to a great start offensively. And as we mentioned, Colorado Christian on the year, they give up 66 points a game. They average 65, but in their most recent outing, they gave up 103 to Colorado Mesa. So perhaps they need to just pick it up a little bit on the defensive end. See if the Thunderwolves can keep up the pace offensively. Thunderwolves hit 4 3-pointers in the quarter. 2 of them by Tule-Sioux. Long and Cunningham also with a 3-pointer. They're also getting good play inside. Rohr with 4, Moore with 4, and Hine has 4. Thunderwolves ball first to start the second quarter. They move it left to right as we sit courtside here. Adjacent to the Thunderwolves bench, just off of center court. Cunningham brings it across the timeline. She'll dribble over to left wing, comes up top to Tule-Sioux. Little ball fake there. Now goes down low to Rohr. Ball knocked away from behind by Paxton. Back come the Cougars onto the left side. Nelson with it. Nelson looks for the screen, moves into the paint, cut off there, fires it into the corner. Driving the baseline is Bear, lost the ball, stolen away by Long. Long back the other way for the Thunderwolves. Has Cunningham with her on the right wing. Won't get the shot off, though. They look down low for Hine. Nobody open. Now backdoor feed, wide open, Molly Rohr. And she hits. That's the vulnerable spot on that zone, and a quick timeout by Corey Laster, the head coach of the Cougars. We'll take a quick 30 with them. Thunderwolves lead at 30-17. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Event Center here. Thunderwolves on top, 30-17. And they indeed did change Michaela Gordon's three-point bucket to a 2. So she has 4 points in the game. Here's Alex Nelson's jumper on the way. No good. Gordon with a rebound down on the block. Has the ball knocked away by Hine and into the hands of Long. Back come the Thunderwolves. Long now to the top of the key. Cut off there to the free throw line. Outside. Hine's open. 3-ball on the way. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound batted outside. Cunningham has it. To Long. She moves in. Outside. Tule-Sioux for 3. On the wing. Short. Hits the front iron and bounces through. That's when you know things are going your way. 33-17. Thunderwolves by 6. Ball knocked away by Tule-Sioux Anderson.
1 second back on the clock.
Our officials tonight, Evan Sharples, Josh Rombach, and Michaela Fox. Gets very quiet here on the inbounds pass. Caitlin Hinch inbounded right to our left.
The game clock has been reset to 8 minutes, 46 seconds.
Inbounds pass comes outside to Bear. Now to Hinch. Hinch looks for the screen. Good defense, though, by Long, fighting through the screen. Worked over the top of it. They get it to Gordon. Gordon at the top of the key, starts a drive on Hine. Goes up and under. Shot blocked, though. And the rebound to Rohr off the block shot by Hine. Ahead here is Long, rather. to Cunningham. Cunningham holds, goes left side. Tule-Su's open for three again. Why not? Swish. Tule-Su Anderson. The heat check, and it's still hit. 36-17. Thunderwolves by 19. Here's Hinch. Way outside with it, dribbles around the screen to the free throw line, kicks it off into the corner to Paxton. She steps back, little 15-footer up and in. That's her game. First bucket of the game for Claire Paxton. 36-19. Thunderwolves by 17. Tule-Su back the other way, and she banks it in. Drives the left baseline and hit with the right hand on a tough angle. 38-19. Thunderwolves by 19. Here's Hinch. Moves in to the free throw line. Cut off there. Oh, my goodness. Foul on Taylor Long.
14, Taylor Long. Her first personal, the team's first.
With the slightest of bumps. Team foul number 1. So it'll be inbounded by Crawford. Goes onto the right side to Hinch. Now up top to Crawford. Crawford right side to Gordon. Gordon holds it there. Lobs it down to Paxton. Turnaround on the way. Missed it. Rebound to Jasmine Johnson. 5-on-4 here for the Thunderwolves. The player fell down. Tule-Su lobs it cross court. Cunningham won't take the three. Goes nice feed. Dishes back to Roar, and she banks it in. Give the assist to Hine. It was a beauty. 40-19. Thunderwolves by 21. Great interior passing in this game for the Thunderwolves. Ball on the right side. Crawford down into the corner. Nelson with it. She'll dribble out of there. Onto the wing. Body language right now not very good for Carter Christian. Moving in, Hinch to the free throw line. Steps back. Looks back door for Paxton. Can't get it to her. Goes to Gordon instead. She moves in. Pulls up. 15-footer. Swish. Michaela Gordon has 6. 40-21. Thunderwolves lead it by 19. Now Cunningham will bring it across the timeline. Jim Turgeon wants motion 2 on this set. Let's see what that entails. Right side. Down low to Roar. She's fouled from behind as Paxton went right through her to pick up the foul.
First foul on the Cougars, number 10, Claire Paxton.
First team foul on the Cougars. First foul on Paxton. Tule-Su comes out of the ballgame. That's the only way you're going to cool her off. She has 14 already. Inbounds pass. Roar's wide open on the block. Goes up with the left hand. Missed it, though, from close in. And the rebound to Paxton. Long cross-court feed, left side to Hinch. Lobs it down low to Gordon. Ball knocked away from behind by Hine and goes out of bounds. So it will be Crawford inbounded on the baseline to our left. Gordon. Gordon now up top to Hinch. Hinch wants play call number 4 here. Starts the drive, gets a high screen. Down the lane she goes. Steps back, gives it outside to Paxton. And the jumper is good. Claire Paxton, her second jumper of the game. 40-23. Thunderwolves by 17. They've led by as many as 21 here. Here's Cunningham at the top of the key. Goes right side to Johnson. Johnson moves in. Goes outside to Hine. She fakes. Drives in. Goes up with a left hand scoop up and in. Lauren Hine showing me something there. 42-23. Thunderwolves by 19. Hinch with the ball. Drives around a screen. Back pass is loose on the deck. Cunningham knocks it loose, and it goes to Roar. Roar now across the timeline. Fire with the head to Cunningham. In from the right. Layup good. Thunderwolves on the fast break. Make it 44-23. They match their biggest lead of the game. Crawford now across the timeline. For the Cougars, starts a drive, steps back, launches a long 3, in and out, no good. Rebound to Johnson. Jasmine now fires it ahead, finds Jones, but the ball knocked away at the last minute there by Crawford, and that prevented an easy 2.
Substitution coming in for the
Hine and Roar out, Beagley and Moore back in for the Thunderwolves.
20, A.G. Moore. For number 33, Lauren Hine.
Jasmine Johnson to trigger it in, right in front of the Carter Christian bench, down the way to our right. Now Evan Sharples, he pays a lot of attention to detail. He got something cleared up. Inbounds pass to Cunningham. Katie just yo-yoing it way outside, about 30 feet from the hoop. Goes to Moore at the high post. Turns, gets it to Cunningham. Fakes the 3, drives to the baseline. Cut off there. Looking down low, comes outside to Jasmine. Down low to Beagley. She fakes in the lane, walked with the ball, or 3 seconds.
3-second violation.
2 seconds on Maddie Beagley. So the inbounds pass comes to Crawford, and she'll bring it across the timeline. The Cougars to the left wing, picked up Jones on the man-to-man defense. Now to Bear. Bear on the right wing. Cross court to Nelson. Nelson looking for a high screen. Uses it. Down the lane she goes, and she's tied up by Johnson. Ball loose on the deck. They come out of there with it. Here's Gordon for three. It's short. Long rebound. They've got it. Bear is tied up, and Cunningham might get called for the foul here. Nope, they call jump ball.
Jump ball.
Have I mentioned Katie Cunningham's kind of tough? She's mean, too. She's got a mean streak to her, which is good. Here's the ball inbounded by Crawford. Lobs it way outside to Gordon. Gordon lobs it inside to Nelson. Turns, faces. How about 3 seconds on the Cougars? No such luck. And the layup good by Nelson. 44-25. Cunningham gives it up top to Beagley. Beagley hands it off to Johnson. Johnson down the lane. She goes right at shot block foul, though, called on the Cougars. Jasmine Johnson doesn't always look conventional, but she has a heck of a knack for drawing fouls and just getting shots up off the glass. That time it never made it to the glass because she was fouled by Gordon, and that is her second. So Jasmine to the line has already hit a couple free throws in the game. As we mentioned earlier, she's an 84% free throw shooter.
He had it when he took the timeout at 9 minutes.
So it's 45-25. One more to come. On the way, hits the front arm, but she gets the shooter's roll. 46-25, Thunderwolves by 9. Paxton checks back in. Gordon will come out with those two personal fouls. Csu back in the game now for the Thunderwolves. And Katie Cunningham going to come out.
Csu Anderson for number 5, Katie Cunningham.
Inbounds pass to Crawford. And she'll trot it up across the timeline, picked up by Katie Jones. Dribbles around a screen all the way to the top of the key. Now comes back to the left side. Kills the dribble. Into the corner to Paxton. Fakes the jumper. Nice move there. In from the left. Good. That was a gorgeous move by Claire Paxton. 46-27. Thunderwolves by 19. Here is Csu. Step back. Fakes the three. Goes down low to Moore. Nice back pass to Csu, but fumbled it away. Here come Cougars back the other way. Nelson in from the right. Stops. And the ball batted loose. It's loose in the lane. And they tie things up. And on the alternating possession.
Timeout, Cougars.
Nope, they say timeout Colorado Christian before the ball was tied up. 3:36 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 46-27. It's a 1-minute timeout, or is it a 30-second timeout? 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. 46-27. Thunderwolves on top by 19. They've led by as much as 21 in this ball game on 3 different occasions, I should say. Here's the inbounds pass to Paxton way outside. Lobs it inside to Hinch. Backs her way in, comes outside to Paxton. She starts to drive. And that's, well, I think they're going to call Molly Rohr for fighting through a screen, evidently.
Personal foul on the Thunderwolves, number 42.
It's her first.
Rohr. Our first personal, the team's second.
Only the second team foul on the Thunderwolves. We're even in that category here in the second quarter. Inbounds pass comes outside to Nelson. Into the corner. Bear dribbles around a screen into the paint. Goes up with the shot. Foul on Hine. And it'll send Jordan Bear to the free throw line. First foul of the game on Hine. It'll be 2 free throws upcoming now for Jordan Bear, the sophomore out of Akron, Ohio. She's a 67% free throw shooter. Colorado Christian is a team. They shoot 75% from the line. They average 15.5 makes a game. They're about even with the Thunderwolves in that category. Thunderwolves slightly better percentage-wise by 4%. Second toss, good. Bear was 6. 4 in a row by Colorado Christian. They try somehow to claw back in this game. They're down 17. Csu way outside with it. Goes left side to Jones. Lob it down to Hine on the baseline. Fakes. Comes back outside with it to Rohr. Rohr moves in. Feeds it in the corner. Csu wide open. 3 ball on the way. Swish again. Csu Anderson on fire. She has 17. 49-29. Thunderwolves by 20. Here's Hinch way outside. Nice crossover move to the free throw line. Doesn't take the jumper. Goes outside to Crawford. Crawford works around the screen. Down the lane she goes. Kicks it outside. Ball batted into the third to Hinch. Now she'll dribble out to the wing. Into the lane. Kicks it outside. Bear into the paint. Little 10-foot runner. No good. And the rebound to Hine. Gets the outlet pass to Johnson. Johnson brings it across the timeline. Angles to the right wing. They back off her. Thought she might launch a three. Goes to Jones instead. Jones now will run the point. Goes right side to Johnson. Ball gets away. Dangerous pass. It's saved. And Hine gets the save. Outside. Tule-Su. Why not? No, won't take it. Goes to Rohr. On the block. Goes up with the right hand and hits. 10 points for Rohr. Tule-Su Anderson. Unselfish play there. Passed up the three. Got it to Rohr. Thunderwolves their biggest lead of the game. They lead it by 22. It's 51-29. 2:12 to go. First half. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. It's a 30-second timeout. Well, Thunderwolves clicking ball cylinders in this ball game. They lead it 51-29. Tule-Su is hitting threes left and right. Passed one up there and found Rohr in the lane, and she hit the little baby hook. 51-29. Thunderwolves by 22. Here's Hinch on the left wing. Drives around the screen. Down the lane she goes, and fouled. Be two shots upcoming. And the foul is on Jasmine Johnson on the reach. So it'll send Caitlin Hinch to the free throw line. 72% on the year. She gets their second most often for the Cougars. 3 for 3 in this game. She has 6. Long will check in, and Jasmine Johnson will come out.
For number 4, Jasmine Johnson.
Well, the key for the Thunderwolves here is just not to let up, especially late in this first half. Second toss missed, and Hine gets the rebound. So it is a 21-point lead for the Thunderwolves. They lead at 51-30. Cunningham races to the forecourt. They cut her off finally. Hands it off to Tule-Su. Dribbles around the screen, lost it, regains it right in front of the bench. Hand it off to Hine. Back to Tule-Su. Down the lane she goes. Tried to dish it off to Rohr and then lost it. Back the other way. Comes Crawford. Feeds it into the corner to Nelson. Steps back. Won't take the three. Goes into the corner. Faking the three is Crawford. They dare her to shoot the three. Instead drives in. Now backs out. Now will launch from downtown. Left it short. And the rebound to Hine. Outlet pass to Cunningham. And Cunningham will slow things up here. 1:20 to go. First half. Thunderwolves lead at 51-30. Cunningham at the top of the key. Goes right side to Tule-Su. Wanted to go to Hine, but she wasn't ready for it. Left side to Cunningham. Cunningham holds it. Comes up top to Tule-Su. Now down low to Rohr on the block. She's double teamed. Goes up with the right hand. Missed the banker. Rebound batted out of bounds. Last touch by Hine. It'll go over to Colorado Christian. Minute 3 to go here. First half. Thunderwolves lead at 51-30. Here's Crawford across the timeline. Up top to Paxton. Paxton comes left side to Bear. Now onto the left wing to Crawford. Crawford now to Paxton. Changed her pivot foot there. Could have called her for walking. Stepped back, lost the ball, and it goes right into the hands of Crawford. Now down low on the block. Nelson wheels on the baseline. Can't get the shot off. Feeds it off. Here's a nice running right-hander. Missed it, though. They get the rebound on the baseline. Nelson blocked by Cunningham. Instinctively, I wanted to say Rohr, but it was Katie Cunningham on the block. Ball inbounded. Comes outside to Nelson. Down into the corner. Can't get the jumper off. It's Crawford. Goes up top now to Paxton. She's going to launch from way outside. Air ball. That's not her game. She's better about 15 feet on in, and she took one from about just inside the three-point line. Probably the worst shot you could take in basketball right there. So Thunderwolves can go for the last shot here. It would be their biggest lead of the game if they hit. They've led by 22. Here's Long. Goes back to Rohr. Fakes. Drives into lane. Goes up with a running left-hander. Missed it off the back iron. Cunningham lost the rebound. Back the other way comes Colorado Christian. They got 4 seconds to operate with. They feed it ahead. Here's Nelson. In from the right. Layup good. That won't make Jim Turgeon very happy. The Thunderwolves didn't take the clock all the way down, and they give up a breakout on the other end. Small potatoes when you consider where the first half went for the Pack. They lead it at halftime, 51-32. Back with our halftime show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. Halftime Live from the Event Center here on the campus of Colorado Christian University. Quick recap of the first half. Thunderwolves off to a hot start. They did trail at one point in this game 2-0, but they got a quick three-pointer, and they haven't trailed since. Led by 11 at the end of one, 28-17. Pushed the lead to 19 at 36-17. Would push the lead to 21 on three different occasions. Eventually got the lead to 22 at 51-29, but gave up the final 3 points of the first half. Colorado Christian down by 19 as they head to the locker room. Csu Anderson on fire in the ball game. She has 17 points, has hit 5 of 7 3-point buckets. A two-pointer chipped in. Molly Rohr with 10 points at the break. Cunningham and Long with 5 each. Hine with 6, Johnson and Moore with 4 apiece. Thunderwolves 19 of 32 from the field. That's 59%. They were 7 of 13 shooting threes. That's 54%. They've set season highs for points in the first quarter. When they tallied 28, they've set a high for their points at halftime. 51, eclipsing their previous mark of 47 against Morningside. It wasn't their highest second quarter output this year. As Morningside game, they had 24. So not quite a perfect first half, I guess, for the Thunderwolves when you look at it as far as offense. We'll come back. We'll have a update coming your way from Fox Sports. We'll be back with the second half here after a bit. Thunderwolves a halftime lead at 51-32 on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to the Event Center here on the campus of Colorado Christian University. Thunderwolves on top, 51-32. Let's take a look at the first half numbers here quickly. Csu Anderson with 17, Molly Rohr with 10. Cunningham and Long with 5 each. Lauren Hine had 6. Johnson and Moore with 4 apiece. Thunderwolves 19 of 32 from the field. That's 59%. 7 of 13 shooting threes. That's 54%. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Colorado Christian led by Alex Nelson, who has 8 at halftime. And then, kind of weird, the next 4 players all have 6 points apiece. Hinch, Paxton, Michaela Gordon, and Jordan Bear. They're 12 of 31 from the field. That's 39%. Only 1 of 9 shooting threes. That's 11%. 7 of 8 from the free throw line for 88%. Thunderwolves out-rebounded them 20-13. Leading rebounders, Cunningham and Hine with 5 apiece. Long has 3. For Colorado Christian, their leading rebounders, Michaela Gordon with 3. Thunderwolves with 10 assists on their 19 made baskets. Cunningham and Hine with 3 apiece. Long had 2. Assists each for Hinch and Crawford for Colorado Christian. Their games, for the most part, have been one-on-one, just clear-outs at the end of a shot clock. It's been pretty much all they've been able to get here tonight. Thunderwolves turned it over 5 times. Colorado Christian turned it over 5 times. Thunderwolves with 2 block shots. Johnson and Cunningham with 1 each. No block shots for Colorado Christian. Thunderwolves with 4 steals. Long had 2 to lead the way there. Cunningham and Anderson with 1 apiece. Hinch, Paxton, and Bear have a steal for Colorado Christian. Biggest lead in the first half for the Thunderwolves was 22 when they led it at 51-29. We had 1 lead change in the first half. Colorado Christian's biggest lead was 2 when they led it at 2-0. Halftime, Thunderwolves lead at 51-32. Back with the second half right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. Thunderwolves lead it by 19 as we get ready to start the second half here. Metro Mike in the house tonight. Brought me a little note. The Thunderwolves are averaging 1.3 points per possession, which is awesome when you think about it. Colorado Christian only averaging about 0.8 points per possession. Anything over a point per possession is good stuff. Thunderwolves get the ball first to start the second half. I got to get my notes in order here. I got all kinds of stuff in front of me. Oh, bad pass. It gets loose. It's on the deck. Csu saves it somehow. Gets it ahead to Cunningham. Down the lane. Dishes into the corner to Long. She's wide open for 3. Got it. It's that kind of night for the Pack.
3-point field goal.
One of the most awful possessions you ever want to see, and it turns up golden. 54-32 matches the big lead of the game. On to the right side. Here's a drive in by Crawford. Goes around a screen. Csu fights through it. Down on the block to Gordon. Looked like she walked. Now feeds it back to Paxton. Down the lane. Plows into Hine. Offensive foul. Thought Michaela should have taken the shot when she got it down on the block, but then when you realize who's guarding you behind you, it's the two of the block shot leaders in the conference, and makes you pause a minute. Cunningham brings it across the timeline. Thunderbolts moving it right to left as we look at it here courtside here in the second half. Here's Cunningham on the right wing. Looks down on the block to Rohr. She backs her way into the paint, goes up with the left hand, and lays it in. Molly Rohr with 12. Paxton's a good defender, but she's not a match for Molly Rohr tonight. Here's a drive in by Nelson. Kicks it outside to Gordon. She drives right down the lane and lays it in. Good athletic move there by Michaela Gordon. She is pretty much back to full speed. It's great to see. 56-34 after 3 years of injuries. Here's a bad pass, but Cunningham somehow handles it down by her ankles there. Now she'll drive to the baseline. Pulls up, kicks it into the corner to Tule-Su. She's open for three, shot an air ball. What happened? She cooled off at halftime. Back the other way. Here's Nelson onto the right wing. Might have been partially blocked, John Pooley says. Feed down low. Quick move. Oh, nice head and shoulders fake, but the shot blocked by Hine. Gordon beat her, but then Hine recovered. Here is Long down the lane, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Colorado Christian. And it'll be on Crawford.
Personal foul on the Cougars, number 21, Alicia Crawford.
Foul on Crawford is her second.
Replacing her, number
Crawford comes out of the game, and checking in now is Sarah Holt, the junior out of Pocatello, Idaho. Inbounds pass comes to Cunningham, now to Tule-Su. Couple bounces with the left hand, now skips it left side to Cunningham, fakes the three-pointer, and she is bumped by Alex Nelson. Hopefully, thought Katie might have banged knees that time with Alex Nelson, but no. Well, maybe she did, but she's not hurt. Foul number 2 on Alex Nelson. Long to trigger it in, fires it way outside to Tule-Su. Right out in front of us here. Now good to Cunningham. Cunningham into the corner to Hine. Looking for Rohr. Instead go to Long. Long now gets it to Rohr in the paint. Wheels, goes up with the left hand and lays it in. Molly Rohr. Looks like she can get it anytime she wants tonight. 58-34. Thunderwolves lead it by 24, their biggest lead of the game. Here's Holt onto the left side. Hands it off to Nelson. Nelson down the lane. Goes up over Cunningham and lays it in. Alex Nelson has 10. She's the leading scorer for the Cougars. Averaging 14 a game. It's 58-36. Pack on top by 22. Here's Tule-Su. Feeds it off to Hine. Thought about the three. Won't take it. She drives into the paint. Has the ball stripped away and stolen. Holt gets it ahead to Nelson. Back to Holt. Back pass to Hinch. Lobs it in the lane to Gordon. Running right-hander. Missed it off the banker. And the rebound to Cunningham. Cunningham now streaking across the timeline. Has Tule-Su on the wing. Finds her. Now lobs it down low to Rohr. Backs her way. Nice dish. Cunningham. Left-hand layup good. Another assist for Molly Rohr. She is doing it all tonight. 60-36. Thunderwolves by 24. Here's a crossover move. Long has the steal. Gets it to Tule-Su. Has Cunningham streaking in from the right. Bounce pass to Cunningham. In from the right. Missed the layup, but she was whacked and fouled by Gordon. Gordon got her money's worth, and that'll send Cunningham to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And Katie comes up holding her right cheek.
Michaela Gordon. Her third personal, the team sport.
So it'll send Cunningham to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
Katie on the year, 88%. 22 of 25. Thunderbolts as a team shoots 79%. Toss on the way, swish.
Substitution for both teams coming into the game for the Cougars, number 12.
Gordon out, and Jordan Baer checks in.
Jasmine Johnson.
Second toss, up and good. Cunningham with 9. Johnson will check in. Cunningham will come out.
For Jasmine Johnson. For number 5, Katie.
See if they're going to look at Cunningham. They're going to take a look at her cheek or her eye. Trainer Tessa on the job over there. 62-36. Here's a drive to the hoop and a foul, and it'll be going to the free throw line. It'll be Sarah Holt.
Personal foul on the Thunderbolts, number 32, Tule-Su Anderson. Her second.
We call trainer Tessa B, because, you know, the last name is just, you just don't want to go into it cold. Starts with a B and ends with an O. And there's a lot of Italian in between it. Here's the first toss. Up and no good by Sarah Holt. Holt on the year, 79% free throw shooter. Boggiano, is that what it is? Something like that. Yeah, you know, something there. That's why we call her B. Second toss, good. 62-37. Thunderwolves lead it by 25. Here's a feed to Roar down on the baseline. She backs her way in. Nice dish to Johnson. Walked with the ball.
Substitution for the Thunderwolves coming into the game, number 32.
Csu out and Katie Jones in. Sue's never happy to come out of a ball game, is she? She's just ticked off. I guess that's good in a way. No, she's probably thinking about scoring 30 tonight. That's why she didn't want to be taken out of here. Here's Nelson, free throw line. Hand off right side to Bear. Bear holds it, ball fake into the lane, kicks it into the corner to Holt. Holt, back pass. This is Hinch. Onto the right side to Paxton. Down low to Nelson. Turns, face, goes up, and missed the banker, and the rebound to Jones underneath for the Thunderwolves. Outlet pass to Jasmine Johnson. She'll bring it across the timeline. Has Long on the right wing, finds her there. Little ball fake there, comes up top to Jones. Jones now will dribble around the perimeter, gives it off to Hine. Left side to Johnson. Jasmine back to Hine. Backdoor feed. Here's Long in the lane. Running left-hander, missed the banker. Jones skies in there for the rebound and dribble out of trouble. Feeds it outside now to Long, and now she'll have the ball batted away right into the hands of Nelson. 2-on-1 break the other way. Nice feed to Hinch. In from the left, right-hand hook. Left it short. Rebound to Long. Long across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. 3-on-4 break. They don't have numbers. Here come the trailers. Now outside to Johnson. Johnson thought about jacking one up there from about 30. Gives it to Long. Nice dish to Roar. Layup good. Molly Roar was 16. Give the assist to Long. It's 64-37. Quick drive the other way. Shot blocked by Hine, and it goes out of bounds. And it'll belong to Carter Christian, off the miss by Jordan Bear. Substitutions for the Cougars and the Thunderwolves as Moore and Beagley check in. Cunningham back in the game for the Thunderwolves. Hine and Roar and Long come out of the game. 5:02 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 64-37. Inbounds pass to Crawford. Dribbles to the free throw line, goes outside with it to Hinch. Hinch gets a screen, drives to the free throw line, wheels around to Key, lost control of the ball, regains it on the baseline. Almost all the way to the corner, now gets rid of it to Shaner, 6 on the shot clock. Back pass now to Hinch. Hinch with 3 on the shot clock, drives into the paint, running left-hander, strip foul on Jasmine Johnson as the shot clock expires. That'll send Nelson to the free throw line to shoot a pair. And we've reached our media timeout. That's foul number 2 on Jasmine Johnson. 4:39 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 64-37. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 64-37, Thunderwolves by 27. We got a handful of texts here tonight from people that must be fans of the John Riston Show, because I don't have their phone numbers or who they are, but they're texting me saying they're listening to our broadcast while watching the CET broadcast, Comcast 105. First free throw, no good. Second toss, no good. So a pair missed here by Caitlin Hinch. She's 3 in a row now. When you go back to the first half, Cunningham gives it off to Beagley. Onto the right side to Jones. She'll dribble around a screen. Steps back with it. Now comes up top to Cunningham. To Jones. Jones moves in, goes to Johnson, right wing, thought about the 3, gives it to Jones. She moves into the free throw line, down the lane, kicks it to Beagley on the baseline. She'll drive the baseline, goes up and under, missed the layup. Left it short, and rebound to Hinch. Hinch brings it across the timeline now for the Cougars. Starts a drive on Cunningham and thought she might have drawn the foul, but the shot missed, and the rebound to Jones. Here come the Thunderwolves. Cunningham on the left wing, into the corner to Beagley. Back to Cunningham. Cunningham skips across court to Jasmine in the corner. She's open, 3 ball on the way. It's off the back iron, no good. Beagley with a rebound on the other side. Gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham now up top to Jones. Jones right side to Johnson. Johnson moves in, kicks it upside to Jones. Jones now into the corner. Faking the jumper, Cunningham drives the baseline, cut off, gives it off to Beagley. Down low to Moore. Wheels, goes up with the left hand, missed the banker. Tap try, no good, and the rebound to Bear. Outlet pass, ball knocked away. It's loose on the deck, but it's picked up there by Odom. Excuse me. Got to turn my page around. Here's a long jumper on the way, no good by Caitlin Hinch. Focus, Jim, focus. Rebound to the Thunderwolves. Cunningham now to the right wing, into the corner to Johnson. She'll launch for 3 again. Same result off the back iron. Rebound loose on the deck. Beagley has it for the Thunderwolves, and then she is fouled. And the foul will be on, looks like Jordan Bear, I believe. Yep.
Personal foul on the Cougars, number 12, Jordan Bear. Personal, the team's 5th.
Checking back in, Alex Nelson and Caitlin Hinch will come out now for Colorado Christian. At the free throw line. And it is Maddie Beagley to the line. 5'10 senior out of Russell, Kansas. 50% in the year from the line. First toss short. She'll have one more. And now Jim Turgeon wants to take a timeout. Talk things over. 3:05 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 64-37. It is a
30-second timeout extends to a media timeout.
full timeout. 60 seconds on Fox Sports Pueblo. (64-37). Thunderwolves on top by 27. As their lead grows and grows, it's going to be testing my math skills as the night goes on, I think. I think Jim Turgeon not happy the way the last 2 or 3 minutes has been played. Offense is kind of stalled, kind of lost their aggressiveness. Second toss by Beagley is good, so she hits 1 out of 2. That's been her pattern all year long. 65-37. Thunderwolves on top by 28. That is their biggest lead of the game. Here's Nelson at the free throw line. Drives to the right wing. Cut off there. Feeds it outside. Now down into the corner. Driving around the screen as Crawford steps back. Long three is up. No good. Rebound batted into the corner. Chased down there by the Cougars. Here's Holt. Goes on to the right side. Bear. Down low. Shot no, but a foul. Haley Shaner will get to the free throw line. And the foul is on Maddie Beagley. That is her second. 2 free throws upcoming for Haley Shaner. Small sample size, 2 of 4 on the year, 50%. Junior out of Sacramento, California. Free throw clank off the front iron. She'll have one more. Some nifty blue shoes out there. Her and Alicia Crawford. Second toss, no good. Rebound to Beagley. Here's to Cunningham. You start to notice different things there, Sean, when it's a 28-point game. Ball in the corner. Jones with it to Moore. Moore skips it way out top to Jasmine Johnson. Goes right side to Jones. Jones moves in, drives the baseline. Cut off there. Goes outside to Moore. Down low to Cunningham. Dishes off to Jones, but Jones was out of bounds. And Katie Cunningham says, that was kind of my fault for passing you while you're out of bounds. Oh, here come the Cougars. 2:10 to go here in the third quarter. And that's going to be a foul on Cunningham. Katie Cunningham can't believe it.
Personal foul on the Thunderbolts, number 5.
I think it's of her opinion that Alicia Crawford is clumsy. Inbounds pass. Goes to Crawford. Crawford way outside with it. Dribbles around a screen. Gives it up top to Bear. She'll drive into the paint. Kicks it into the corner to Holt. Holt comes way outside with it to Shaner. Shaner now starts to drive on Moore, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Angie Moore. The shot went in, but the foul was called before the shot, but it's still going to be 2 free throws as the Thunderbolts are over the limit.
Thunderbolts, number 20, Angie Moore.
So foul on Angie Moore is her second. And that'll send Shaner back to the free throw line. She missed a pair earlier. She'll have 2 more here. She's now 2 of 6 on the year. First toss up, that's better. Right through there. (65-38). Thunderwolves lead it by 27. Second toss, swish. Pair by Haley Shaner, 65-39. Here's Beagley, way outside, goes left side to Jones, ball batted away, goes out of bounds. It belonged to Thunderwolves. Jones triggered in. Gets it into Cunningham, now to Jasmine Johnson. Now into the paint, Moore turns, faces, drives into the paint, wheels, goes up the right hand, shot blocked. And the rebound to Nelson. Nelson brings it across the timeline, 3-on-2 break, feed into the corner. Here's a 3-pointer on the way. It's off the back iron, no good. Long rebound, and it's handled by Shaner. Outside, and there's Cunningham with the steal. She's ahead of the field in from the left, layup, missed it too hard. And the rebound to Sarah Holt. Long down court feed on the other end. Here's a shot up, no good. Rebound to Jasmine Johnson. They're just letting them go now. Here's Cunningham on the left wing. Now to Beagley. Beagley holds it, lobs it inside to Moore, turns, faces from 10, missed it off the back iron. Beagley with the rebound, and she banks it in. Maddie Beagley, her first field goal. She has 3 in the game, and it's 67-39. That matches the biggest lead of the game for the Thunderwolves. Ball outside onto the right wing. Here's Crawford. Crawford hands it off in the corner to Holt. Holt's going to step back and fire for 3 off the back iron, no good. Cunningham with a good push-off to get the rebound, but I think she went over the back as well. And a foul on Katie.
Foul on the Thunderwolves, number 5.
That's her third.
Her third personal.
She
to the line, Jordan Bear, shooting 2.
Butcher. Here's the free throw up and good. I was channeling back to my days of traveling with old head coach Don McIntosh, the coach of the Indians. Back in the 80s.
Roar.
Coach Mack. That was his famous quote. Butcher. 2 free throws good for Jordan Bear. She has 8. 67-41. Thunderwolves by 26. Here's Roar. Backdoor feed to Tulesu. Shot blocked. And rebounded on the baseline there by Jordan Bear. Gets the outlet pass ahead. Into the corner. Here's Nelson driving the baseline. Goes up and under. Missed the layup. And the rebound to Jasmine Johnson. She'll wheel and bring it out of there herself across the timeline. Way outside. Gives it off to Long. Now to Beagley. Beagley to Long. Long way outside with it, gives it off to Johnson. Last shot time here for the Thunderwolves. Ball batted away from behind into the hands of Tulesu 5 seconds ago. Tulesu, nice crossover, a little 15-footer short. And the rebound on the baseline at the buzzer to Haley Shaner. Through 3 here from the Events Center on the campus of Colorado Christian University. Thunderwolves lead at 67-41. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Will start the 4th quarter with their starting 5 here. As I think Jim Turgeon wants to get a little bit more out of his offense in this game. Plus, he doesn't want, coaches are always paranoid. They're worried about the miracle comeback here.
At the start of the 4th quarter.
Inbounds pass to Holt. She'll bring it across the timeline. Angles to the left wing, into the corner. To Caitlin Hinch. She dribbles around the screen, into the paint. Lost control. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Cougars. Corey Laster says, well, how'd that happen? I don't know. Ball just came flying out of there. It was kind of weird. It had a lot of pace on it when it went out of bounds. Must have dribbled it off her ankle. Here's Long. Left side to Tulesu. Holds it there. Goes up now to Cunningham in the paint. Outside to Tulesu. Fake starts a drive into the paint. Nice back pass. Here's Roar on the baseline. Got it. Another assist for Tulesu Anderson. Very unselfish play there. 18 points for Molly Roar tonight. 69-41. Thunderwolves match their biggest lead of the game. Edie Gordon, who's back in there with those 3 fouls, goes up with the running right-hander and hit it over Roar. Kayla Gordon double figures with 10. That's her season average. Sophomore out of Pueblo South. Here's Roar on the block. Goes up, left-hand hook up and in. Too easy. Molly Roar with 20. Somebody wants to be on the radio again. 71-43. Here's a quick fire jumper by Gordon. She hits again. Kayla Gordon with 12. 71-45. Here is Hine. Left side to Tulesu. Jumps it outside to Hine. Won't take the 3. Gives it off to Cunningham. Right side to Long. Now to Cunningham. To Anderson. Anderson holds it. Ball fakes. Skips it in the corner to Long. Fakes the 3. Moves in. Outside. Cunningham's open for 3. It's on the way. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound. Battled for. And it's controlled by Jordan Bear for the Cougars. Outlet pass to Hinch. She brings it across the timeline. Onto the left wing. Goes to the baseline with it. Driving the baseline. Back pass to Gordon. Fakes. Nice move down the lane. Missed the shot, but she'll go to the line because she was whacked and fouled by Katie Cunningham. That's Katie's 4th.
Personal, the team's first of the 4th quarter.
They announced 3rd, but it's 4th up on the board. I'm sure it's her 4th. Free throw up by Michaela Gordon's good. Michaela with 13. Her parents, Wayne and Kelly, in the house tonight to watch the ball game. Made the drive up from Pueblo. Second toss, front iron, carbon copy, gets the shooter's roll. Michaela on the air, only 62% on the line, but wouldn't know it by those two efforts. 71-47. Here's Long, wide open three from the corner. Swish. Taylor Long has 11. 74-47. Thunderwolves lead it. Here is Hinch on the right wing, dribbles around a screen, down the lane she goes, into the corner, wide open jumper on the way, swish by... The jumper is going to be good by Jordan Bear. They're going to call it a 3 from the corner. Bear with 11. Timeout. Now it's 2-point shot. 2-point shot. That's what I thought. They change it to a 2. 7:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 74-49. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Coming up right after this game.
74-49. Thunderwolves up by 25. Give it to him. Hand it to him. And the Thunderwolves will inbound the ball here. Cunningham's out with those 4 personal fouls, and inbounds pass to Long. Long across the timeline, onto the right side to Johnson. Johnson now to Anderson. Anderson holds it there. Now goes to Hine on the block outside to Johnson. Johnson moves in down to Rohr. Rohr backs her way in, gives it off to Long. Long steps back. Now at the free throw line outside to Anderson. 12 on the shot clock. Nice dish. Back pass to Hine. Shot no. It was blocked by Bear. Back comes Gordon. Gordon pulls up at the free throw line into the corner. Driving the baseline, foul on Long as Alex Nelson got around her.
Personal foul on the Thunderbolts, number 14, Taylor.
Foul number 2 on Taylor.
Her second personal, the team's second.
Ball will be inbounded on the baseline. He's outside with it. Into the baseline, ball gets away, fumbled away out of bounds by Alex Nelson. Little pressure now by Carter Christian, three-quarter court. They break it, though. They get it to Rohr. Now to Johnson. That was kind of a half-hearted press if I've ever seen one. Here's Long. Lob it inside to Hine. Into the corner. Johnson drives the baseline, laid it in. Give the assist to Lauren Hine.
Johnson.
Johnson with 6. That's her first field goal of the night. 76-49. Thunderwolves by 27. On to the left side. Here's Holt. Now on the right wing to Nelson. Nelson drives around the screen. Back pass to Gordon. She's open. 15-footer on the way. Missed it. Follows her own shot. Went over the back and committed the foul. That'll be foul number 4 on Michaela. She knew she missed it all the way and was trying to follow it in there and get to it before anybody else did, but she went right over the back.
Personal, the team's first for the fourth quarter.
Oh, inbounds pass to Long. She'll bring it across the timeline. Onto the right side to Jasmine Johnson. Now to Rohr. Tried to get it to Hine, but pass was too short, and the ball stolen by Holt. Holt will get it across the timeline for the Cougars. We're down to 6:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderbolts lead at 76-49. Backdoor feed, a beauty, and the layup good by Caitlin Hinch. Hinch now has 7. 76-51. Hine for 3, top of the key, off the back iron, no good. Long rebound handed to Bear. Outlet pass to Hinch. Hinch across the timeline. Skips it cross court, left side. Here's Bear, feeds it into Gordon, down the lane. Shot partially blocked by Rohr. Corey Laster wanted the foul call. I can't blame him. Looked like Molly got a pretty good piece of her wrist that time. Here's Rohr in the lane, goes up with the left hand. Missed the layup from close in. And the rebound to Gordon. Outlet pass to Hinch. Hinch across the timeline. In from the right, down the lane. Ball stripped from behind by Hine. Right into the hands of Long. Long now, 2-on-3 break. Long in for the right, takes it right to the glass and lays it in anyway. Taylor Long with 13. 78-51. Thunderwolves by 27. Long down court feed on the baseline. Going up underneath. Rohr with a block shot there off the miss by Nelson. Outlet pass to Johnson. Johnson in from the right. Stops. Won't pop. Now we'll back out of there. Gets it outside to Long. Long back to Jasmine on the right wing. Down low to Hine in the paint. Wheels goes up baseline. Missed the layup. And the rebound belongs to Caitlin Hinch. Hinch now will bring it across the timeline. Fires it ahead. Up top to Bear. Gordon on the block, wheels, nice dish. Nelson missed the shot, lost it out of bounds. The last touch by the Thunderwolves. Gordon will come out. Good stint there for Michaela. Haley Shaner in. Inbounds pass, comes into Hinch. Hinch on the wing, up tile on Csu Anderson. She could not slow down there and bumped into Sarah Holt. 13 foul in the pack.
Her third personal, the team's third.
Hinch triggered in, gets it in up top. Now to Holt. Holt outside, long three-pointer by Shaner. Swish! Haley Shaner, she's not a stranger to that. She's hit 5 3-pointers coming into tonight. Make that her 6th of the year. She has 5 points in the game. It's 78-54. Here's Csu, backs in. Ball knocked away. It's loose on the deck. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Colorado Christian. Foul will be on Caitlin Hinch.
Foul on the Cougars, number 4, Caitlin Hinch. Her first personal, the team's second.
Jasmine Johnson to triggered in. Gets it in to Csu on the wing. Steps back, little launch. A three-pointer left is short. And the rebound to Hinch. Hinch now fires it in on the left side. Nelson stops, gives it off to Hinch. Hinch holds it there, goes left side to Holt. Holt now dribbles around the screen, steps back, lobs it into the corner to Hinch. Hinch, left side. Here's a long three-pointer by Nelson. It's good. Nelson has 13. Timeout taken by the Cougars. They try to make a little run here. They're within 21. 3:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 78-57. 1 minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, indeed, it's one of the best things going. Your iHeartRadio app. That's what you're listening to the game. A lot of you are tonight. On your mobile device, or sitting at your computer, or you got your little tablet while you're watching the game on television and listening to me. We thank you for doing that. Here's the ball on the right side as the Thunderwolves make some substitution. Chelsea Valleos into the ball game. Cunningham back out there. Valleos with it on the wing. Holds it there, comes up top to Moore. Moore left side to Jones. He dribbles around the screen to the free throw line. Now backs out of there with it. Gives it off to Valleos. 7 on the shot clock. Chelsea pulls up, goes outside. Cunningham open for 3, short. And the ball batted out of bounds. Last touched by, well, it was last touched by Colorado Christian, but when in doubt, give it to the home team. That was an easy call, I thought. Looked like the ball was clearly off Alex Nelson, but our friend Michaela Fox, that is. When you're going to guess, you guess the home team. Here's Hinch at the free throw line. Comes outside. Shaner for 3 again. Missed it this time, and the rebound to Moore. Gets the outlet pass to Cunningham. Cunningham now will bring it across the timeline. Up top to Moore. Moore holds it, goes left side to Vallejo. She dribbles around the screen. Goes left side. Jones outside to Beagley. Beagley will drive to the baseline. Cut off there. Into the corner. Now outside to Moore. Moore will dribble around the screen. Hands it off to Cunningham. 8 on the shot clock. Cunningham, they switch on her. Gives it to Beagley. 2 on the shot clock. Into the corner. Jumper on the way. Good as the shot clock expires by Chelsea Valleos. 80-57. Thunderwolves by 23, and they force a turnover on the other end. So it'll come right back to the Thunderwolves.
Substitution for the Cougars coming into the game.
Jordan back in the game, and coming out right now is Jordan Bear. 2:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 80-57. Here's Cunningham bringing it across the timeline. Gives it off to Moore. Right side, Cunningham fakes. Comes outside. Vallejo's open. 3-pointer on the way. Right down the throat and missed it. Rebound to Cunningham. Now outside. To Vallejo's. Right side to Cunningham. Cunningham, ball fake. Gives it up top to Moore. Moore trying to find Beagley. They can't find her on the block. Outside to Cunningham. Fakes the 3-pointer. Moves in. 15-footer off the back iron. No good. And the rebound loose in the corner. Beagley with good hustle, but she dribbled it on the sideline after she got control of it. I'm not sure if they'll give her a possession there or not. Anna Garreau going to check in the ball game now for the Thunderwolves.
Substitution for the Thunderwolves.
I'll probably bring Cunningham out, I'd imagine. And Katie will come out.
For number 5, Katie Cunningham.
Oh no, my mouse has died. This is not good. Got to multitask. Got to fix my mouse while I'm talking at the same time. Ball on the right side. There it goes. Just need to get the little contact with the battery. Here's the feed down on the block. Gordon turns, faces ball knocked away, stolen by the Thunderwolves. I'd give Beagley the steal, but they might credit it to Jones. We'll just have to see. Guerrero brings it across the timeline. Hands the ball off now to Vallejos. Vallejos dribbles into the lane. Cut off there. Turns, faces. In trouble. Gets rid of it to Moore. Moore in trouble. Double team. Gets rid of it to Jones. Whistle and a foul. And the foul will be on Shaner.
Cougars number 32, Hallie Shaner.
Third team foul.
First personal, the team's third. Coming into the game for the Thunderwolves, number 13, Kaya Adams.
And Kaya Adams into the ball game. He's been sick of late, had mononucleosis, but been back with the team now the last couple of games. Now is in. Nice backdoor feed, but Jones can't get the shot up off the glass in time and hit off the rim, no good. Here comes Hinch across the timeline. Now up top, here's Shane. She walked with the ball outside. Caught Evan Sharples by off guard there. He's about a count late on the walk call, but it was there. Andrea Petrovic into the game now for the Thunderwolves, along with Chandler Bobby.
And coming in for the Cougars, number 14, Annabelle Brewer. And number 20, Katie Buick.
Substitutions here for the Cougars. They get Katie Buick into the ball game. Also Annabelle Brewer in for the first time tonight. Ball on the left side. Petrovic with it. That's top to Vallejos. Minute to go in the ball game. Guerrero on the right wing. Feeds it into the corner. Bobby with it. Now to Petrovic. To Vallejos. Vallejos holds it there. Comes left side to Guerrero. She drives to the baseline and she's bumped and fouled. Nice drive that time by Guerrero.
Cougars number 20,
And the foul will be on Buick.
Her first personal, the team's fourth.
So Thunderwolves ball here with a fresh shot clock. 47.9 to go here in the second half. Ball knocked away on the inbounds. It's loose on the deck. And they get the ball out of there, do the Cougars. Brewer hands the ball outside to Holt. On the right side into the corner. Hinch with it. Coach has always got to have something to be ticked off about, John. That's what you'll learn in life. Jim Turgeon's irate right now. Here's Gordon, and they do nice back pass down the lane, layup good by Hinch. Give another assist to Michaela Gordon. That was a beauty. 80-59. Thunderwolves now can just hold the ball. And a reach-in foul out front here on Caitlin Hinch, and that'll send Vallejos to the free throw line. So Vallejos on the year. She's been to the free throw line 6 times, 4 out of 6. Junior out of Lamar, Colorado. Played her first year at Adams State before transferring in. Free throw no good. She'll have one more. Second toss, she missed them both. And the rebound in the corner belongs to Hinch. Brother Hinch with it right now. She goes down the lane, running left-hander up and in. Hinch has 11. It's 80-61. 5 seconds ago, Guerrero can just dribble it out in the backcourt. Carter Christian still play it. They'll play it all the way to the buzzer. Across the timeline to Bobby, and there is the buzzer to end the ball game. Thunderwolves win it. Impressive fashion tonight. They defeat Colorado Christian 80-61. Back with our post-game show on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Events Center here on the campus of Colorado Christian University. Thunderwolves win the ball game 80-61. Give you a quick recap of the ball game. Thunderwolves trailed early on 2-0. That was the only time they trailed tonight. They got the lead at 3-2 and never looked back. Pushed the lead to 12 at 19-7. Eventually led 28-17 at the end of the first quarter. Scored the first 8 of the second quarter to lead at 36-17. Kept that lead pretty much throughout. Increased it to 22 at 51-29 before settling for a 19-point lead at halftime. Quickly got the first 2 buckets of the second half to lead it by 24. Eventually got the lead to as many as 28 at 65-37. Led it at the end of 3, 67-41. and put it on cruise control from there. Ended up winning the ball game 80-61. Colorado Christian getting a few cosmetic hoops at the end to tighten it up a bit. Thunderbolts win it 80-61. Come back after this timeout. We're going to talk, of course, to the head coach, Jim Turgeon, as we always do. And tonight we're going to talk to Taylor Long, our star of the game. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Events Center here on the campus of Colorado Christian University. Thunderwolves win it 80-61. And joining me now, the head coach, Jim Turgeon. And Jim, kind of came easy to you guys early on in this ball game.
Well, I thought for 2.5 quarters, we really played together offensively. And we took away, for the most part, in that 2.5 quarters, what they were trying to do. They primarily drive the ball. You know, they only had one made three at halftime, and I thought that's perfect. That's because that's the way they play. They only make 4 threes a game. We just played really well.
Offensively, you're clicking early on. It helps you just come out and make a bunch of shots like that to take them out of that zone.
Yeah, they have some. We thought they had some holes in their zone, but my fault in the second half. They were switching their zone up. They were changing it. They were changing it after one pass, and they were mixing it up, so it kind of confused us. But yeah, we hit shots.
And then when you get into a game like that, you get so far ahead. I know coaches, you want to keep the foot on the pedal the whole game, but kind of relax there in the fourth quarter. Give you something to think about tomorrow and the next day of practice, right?
Yeah. You know, Coach. I mean, I'm really frustrated with the four. I mean, every big lead we've had this year, we've hardly ever won over 20 because we our second, third string just need to get better. I'm just going to just say it the way it is, and. But, hey, we won.
Yeah, early on in the ball game, I thought it was a great way to beat the zone. You stretched them outside, but not only that, you were able to find people down on the low block on those backdoor feeds.
Yeah, Molly did a good job at sealing down low. And then when we caught the hard post, our girls were cutting backdoor nice. And we played how we're supposed to. Play inside out. We had 10 assists the first half. Really shared the ball. That first group, I thought, and put Jasmine with that first group, I thought really played well together. They were clicking. It was beautiful. And I'm just really happy with our first 6 or 7 players.
Well, I think you look at it as far as the team goes. When you look at Csu, as hot as she was in the ball game, then she had a couple of brilliant passes. I thought passing up what could have been easy looks, getting it to Roar, and I think that had to make you happy.
It made me really happy because she's just becoming a better and better player. I just gave her a chance last year and let her work through some mistakes, and we butted heads quite a bit, and but she let me coach her, and now it's important to her to get some assists and get some rebounds. She had 9 rebounds last weekend in one of those games, and she would have never done that last year. She would have never made those passes last year. So she's growing as a basketball player and as a person, and I'm so proud of her.
And I think somebody else that we're going to talk to in a little bit, Taylor Long, something seems to have clicked the last quarter of the last ball. Got these 7 points in the fourth quarter here tonight. You need her to score a little bit more to take a little pressure off some other people.
Well, I've been pretty nice to her because she's a new player. She's trying to figure her way in. And the game last week, I jumped her. Yeah. And it's the first time I think I surprised her. And I jumped her this week in practice. So I think I figured out the deal because that was by far the best she's played. Yeah. She was phenomenal. Defensively, offensively, by far the best game. And that's what Taylor Long is capable of.
Well, we've seen it in the past where she played at Western State. Now just getting comfortable with your system. I thought it was key for you.
Yeah. I think she was kind of being reserved. She's coming. She's the new kid in, and we got a really good team, and she probably was afraid to mess things up. But we need her to score some. But what she's doing, what's so cool is, last year she scored about 16, 17 points a game for Western and was a manually scorer. We've been putting her on the opponent's best guarding. So her defense has been, and most scorers don't do that. Yeah. And then today she put it all together, the defense, the offense. And if she continues to do that, and we get our bench just a little bit better, watch out.
Now the good news is when you play 2 games in a week, it's nice to have 3 days in between. You got a nice little break here before you have to play a big game on Saturday night against Mines. Yeah,
I'm going to start sounding like a soft coach. We're going to give them a day off again tomorrow. But, classes started this week.
Right.
And the travel, and they're just tired a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're going to get in the gym Thursday. We're getting in the gym Thursday. And, of course, Mines, they play that really good defense. It's going to be a grinder. It'll be like the Black Hills game, kind of probably ugly a lot, or like the Metro, ugly a lot. But we'll get them ready.
All right, buddy. Get to it. All right, there he is, head coach Jim Turgeon. Back with more right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Event Center and on the campus of Colorado Christian University. And joining me now, our star of the game, Taylor Long. She's out of Moreno Valley, California, and a great night tonight. Taylor's just talking to you off mic here. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, only 1 turnover, 1 block shot even. Got a block shot and 3 steals. That's got to feel good about the effort tonight.
Yeah, it feels really good. I'm just glad that we were able to come out and have a strong beginning unlike the other games and just kind of roll with it. And I'm just happy that my teammates were able to get me the open shot and I was able to knock it down for them.
Well, something may have clicked. I think the last quarter against UCCS scored 7 points in the fourth quarter there. We all know people have watched you in the past know you can score the basketball. I know you're trying to find your way on this club with so many good stars, but I think the team needs you to score a little bit more, and tonight you looked for it and it came to you.
Yeah, I think most of it is just looking at the basket and not just deferring to my teammates all the time. I know they're going to be there, so I just have to be an offensive threat and hit the open shot and get the confidence to do so, and I think that I've been doing that, and my teammates have really helped me with that, and I'm just happy to be playing with the group of girls I'm playing with.
I think you hit it there. It just comes down to that, just to have the confidence. If I'm open, take the shot. Don't worry about it. If it misses, so what? I'm going to take the shot. I'm supposed to take the shot. I'm not going to make every one of them, but I got to take it when it's there.
Right, just not worrying about the miss and thinking that the next one's going to go in, and if not, my teammates like Lauren and Molly are going to be there for the putback. So.
Well, not tonight. The team very unselfish. All the assists, all the extra pass was beautiful tonight. When you'd have some people open, passing up a shot, finding somebody cutting to the hoop.
Yeah, and I think that helped a lot with the offense, especially with the 3-2 zone that they were playing. With so many people scoring, that just left a lot of people open. If like Q was guard, she was able to kick it to me or feed it to the post, and I think that really helped. The unselfish ball was really fun tonight. So. And
now you got a day off, I guess. You get tomorrow off, get a chance to rest up. Big game against Mines on Saturday night.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I didn't know we had the day off tomorrow.
I just found letting you know.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll have the.
I talked him into it. No, I really didn't. No, he did.
We'll have the day off tomorrow and then take on the week strong and hopefully get another W against Mines. So.
All right, great job tonight.
Thank you very much.
There she is, the star of the game. Taylor Long, right back with more. We'll talk to Ralph Turner. That's all coming your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Thank you.